Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the Week 2 RD FFL Rundown. It's your commissioner live from New York City. Yes, we have football in New York. No, it's not good football. The only good football is in upstate New York. That's the Buffalo Bills who came down to MetLife and took care of business 2 weeks in a row. So shout out to you, Bills fan. Oh, my kids really like this song, and I'm kind of like on the song too. I don't know. I'm not really the pots and pans type, but I don't know. I kind of like the vibe it's got going. That's why I put it on. So whatever, fuck it. Kaplan can make fun of me. I don't give a fuck. Let's jump into things here before I do anything else. For all you Giant fans out there, I'd like to have a moment of silence for Eli Manning and being benched. September 17th, 2019 is the day that will live in Giants infamy. Eli Manning, two-time Super Bowl winner, benched for the 6th overall pick from Duke University, Daniel Jones. The Danny Jones era has begun. Poor Eli, man. Dude can't catch a break. Giant fans, Jeff fans, both 0-2. I got nothing for you. New York football, man. It's been a rough fucking decade, I guess. Here we go. Week 2 rundown. I'm up first. New Big Pooh Big, 151.5. Took on Eli Mouth Breeze. That's Tyler, 118.8. It was really never a close game. Dalvin Cook has been just absolutely out of control for me. I'm hoping he can stay healthy. He put up 34 points. I'm really, really happy with my team right now. 2-0. Good vibes. Good positive energy moving forward. It's like that guy in Happy Gilmore where it's like, Happy, the ball wants to go to its home. You know, I feel like that guy with my team. I'm just positive vibes. Next up was Dr. Momberg Phys Ed God taking on Team Hannon. That's Steve O, 149.8. And Team Hannon 111.5. So Steve O moves to 2-0 for everybody that was making fun of Steve O. And he had to wear that shirt last year and do that Instagram post. Well, guess what? Steve O's 2-0. And I don't think Cemetery Slayers can say that. So Team Hannon drops to 1-1. Steve-O moves to 2-0. Cemetery Slayers, the aforementioned Cemetery Slayers, dropped the game this week to Tariq Hill's Child Care. That would be Pat Kaplan, 162.8 to 119.3. Powered by Lamar Jackson and Dak Prescott, his two running quarterbacks. Kaplan puts up 162, which was our second highest of the week. And Cemetery Slayers, 119.3. Not enough, not even close. Better luck next week. Next up, we've got, I think this was our game of the, I'll go to the next one and then I'll come back. This is McDermott's Hermits taking on the Main Street Hood Rats. That's Timmy Bovis taking on TJ Phelps. Phelps, he drops to 0-2. This was kind of a high-scoring game, 173 to 131. Phelps, usually 131 should do the trick, but not in this case. Phelps, you drop to 0-2. McDermott's Hermits moves to 1-1. And I believe this was our game of the week. Don't quote me on that because I can never remember from the week before what I say. But it was questionable decision-making. That's Billy O'Hare taking on Frank and Mary's Diner. That's Eddie Morrissey. And if it wasn't our game of the week, it is now. Because 110.5 to 110.3. That's as close as you can get, really. I mean, this was a 0.2 margin of victory for questionable decision-making. So Billy moves to 1-1. Eddie Morrissey, you just dropped to 0-2. So Eddie, you're like the New York Football Giants. Hate to break it to you, but it's not off to a good start there for you. Let's check out our standings, and then we will hop into our Week 3 matchups and give you guys the matchup of the week to look forward to. So in the Core Union Division, it is New Big Pooh Big. That is a Moa, all alone at the top of the division at 2-0. We've got Team Hannon and questionable decision-making tied in second place at 1-1 record. And at the bottom of the division, it's Eli Mouth Breeze and Frank and Mary's Diner. At the bottom of the division, they're at 0-2. Next up, we've got the Hilltop Division. By the way, I missed those Chipotle chicken sandwiches up there. The Hilltop Division, two teams tied for first. That's Tariq Hill's Child Care and Dr. Momberg Phys Ed God. God, he's going to love hearing that. Both 2-0, both tied for the top of the division. We've got McDermott's Hermits and Cemetery Slayers tied for third place, both at 1-1. And at the bottom of the division, rounding things out, is Main Street Hood Rats at 0-2. And if we look at our points for, which I was mentioning last week if you were listening, points for is usually a good indicator of team success moving forward. So we're going to use that for power ranking. So I'm going to give you the top 3 and the bottom 3. Easily, not even close, number one points for at 382 points. The only person to actually crack 300 points is Tariq Hill's Childcare. That's Pat Kaplan, 382. Next in line would be me, New Big Poo Big, at 296.5. And then third place would be McDermott's Hermits at 294.8. At the bottom of the division, at the bottom of points for, which would be an indicator of like being at the bottom of our power rankings. In last place at 210 points would be Frank and Mary's Diner. Second to last place at 234.5 is Questionable Decision Making, and in third to last, so 10-9, in eighth place would be 242.5 points. That would be Team Hannon. Just something to keep an eye on. I mean, Kaplan literally has almost 100 points more than the second place team, so his team right now would be the top dog. And we are going to jump right into our Week 3 matchups, and we are going to get our matchup of the week. So in Week 3, would you look at that? I'll talk about that one last. That's going to be our matchup of the week. We've got Frank and Mary's Diner at 0-2, taking on Team Hannon at 1-1. So somebody here, well, Frank and Mary's Diner is looking to get on the board and get a W and drop Team Hannon. Hannon's looking to stay above 500. So interesting matchup there. We've got Main Street Hood Rats, that's TJ at 0-2, looking for his first win of the year, taking on a 2-0 Dr. Momberg Fizz at God. We've got an 0-2 at Eli Mouthbreeze, traveling to Questionable Decision Making at 1-1. And we've got McDermott's Hermits, that's a 1-1 McDermott's Hermits, taking on a 1-1 Cemetery Slayers. So I love the 1-1 matchups. I love when teams have equal records because someone's dropping below and somebody's going above. That's an interesting game to keep our eye on. But our matchup of the week has got to be the top dog taking on the second team in power rankings in points for. Both teams here are 2-0. It's New Big Poo Big, me, taking on Tariq Hill's Childcare, Pat Kaplan. So this is going to be an interesting game to keep an eye on. Somebody here is going to drop to 2-1. The other person's going to go to 3-0. And if you're 3-0 and you beat the top dog, you become the top dog. So, looking to keep the win streak alive here with New Big Poo Big. That is all I have for you folks this week. Thursday Night Football, make sure you set your lineups. I think I'm going to shout out the people who have paid because I have it right here on my computer. Dave Summer has paid, Billy O'Hare has paid, Tim Boovis has paid, Eddie Morrissey has paid, Dan Hannon has paid, Tyler Prendergast has paid, Steve Damiani has paid, I have paid. That leaves, I want to say, Kaplan and, is it TJ? I think Kaplan and TJ are the only two. If I fucked that up, which is more than likely, oh my god, I'm dying. Please let me know. Other than that, stay classy in New York. Have a great week. Talk to you guys soon.